Have you ever used blue sky thinking? Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and our idiom, our expression today is blue sky thinking. Now, I always knew this meant thinking outside the box, thinking or brainstorming, getting ideas that are creative and unlimited, but I never realized that it actually developed in the early 20th century, and it is attached to fraud. It frequently was associated with fraud when financiers would inflate and capitalized securities when they were selling them. They'd base them on nothing more tangible than blue skies and hot air. And so that's where the expression originally came from. Blue sky thinking was people were just making things up. Well, that's not so good in a fraud type situation, but it's very applicable in a brainstorming type situation when we want to think of creative solutions that we've never thought of before, when we wanted to be unlimited in the possibilities of what we can create. There's been some incredible transformations by businesses using this blue sky thinking, the most famous of which is probably Apple. Apple Computer reimagined themselves when Steve Jobs came back in 1997 as a mobile technology company. And so they went from being a computer company and competing with the big computer manufacturers to combining three unique and different blue sky out of this world ideas into one that became our modern cell phone, which I'm recording on now, not an iPhone. Sorry, Apple. Some people love Apple. Some of us are just ambivalent about Apple, but they're a great example of a business transformation and business success. There's four advantages to I call it BS thinking, blue sky thinking, brainstorming and thinking outside the box. I brainstorm all the time. I teach people how to brainstorm all the time because I know what a powerful tool it is in any area and aspect of our life. But there's four advantages specifically with respect to our businesses. Number one, it allows us to break free from our limitations. It lets us break out of this is the way we've always done things here mold, and to get out of the thinking that created the problem that we're evaluating in the first place. It allows us to just open up ourselves to all the infinite possibilities of how to solve a problem or how to come up with a solution that better suits our needs and the needs of the people that we're here to serve. Number two, sometimes ordinary solutions only perpetuate a mistake that we made in the first place. Sometimes we're going down a road and it turns out it's not the right road for us. And so instead of getting on the road that is right for us or changing things that we're doing in our business, we just keep going in that direction. And if we don't open ourselves up to the possibility of making a massive directional change or move, even though it seems risky, sometimes making that massive move is far less risky than going down the wrong road continuously. Number three, desperate situations require desperate measures. When we're in tight situations, and a lot of companies have found themselves in that situation due to the whole COVID and political environments and things that are going on in our world, things outside of themselves, and they have to find solutions that they've never even dreamt of before. Or many businesses are actually getting into serving and solving problems that they never even imagined before. A perfect example of that is look at all the mask sales of face masks. They're everywhere. Every store, every gas station, everywhere you go, you can get face masks now. A year ago, that would have been ridiculous. If everybody would have said, oh, wow, they have face masks. It's like at the hardware store you got to go to, or to a health store, to a hospital supply store or something, if you wanted to get face masks. Except online. You can get everything online these days, right? Number four, advantage of blue sky thinking is that blue sky thinking has influenced business transformations, like I mentioned before. Apple is a great example of that. Snapchat is an example of that. There's dozens of examples, and there's even more now since COVID of businesses that have had to make huge changes, huge pivots, go in directions that they never thought they would go in to continue to grow and survive. I think one of my favorite Albert Einstein sayings is, we can't solve problems by using the same kind of thinking that caused that problem in the first place. And I think blue sky thinking is a great anecdote to that. Brainstorming and thinking outside of any possible parameters or boxes. That's what it is. It's about throwing out all the parameters, all the constraints, and just thinking about what could be possible, not what is in our imaginations, but what could be possible. So I'd love to know, have you done blue sky thinking? I call it brainstorming, but have you done blue sky thinking? And if so, have you found that it has been beneficial for you and for your business? Share in the comments below, and I will be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it in your business and your life right now? Take care. Bye.